I'm Steve Daly, owner-operator of Daly's Bar and Grill in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. I have been doing the restaurant business my whole entire life for 26 years now. I've done every job there is in the restaurant business. I've cooked, bartended, I've served, managed, done it all. And when it comes down to it, I really, really love what I do. Opening a restaurant is not cheap at all. So typically, the type of person that opens a restaurant, since it's not cheap, is somebody that makes a lot of money, and that usually is not somebody that's been working in restaurants their whole life like me. It's usually not a server, not a bartender, not a cook, because those people don't make that much money. It's usually somebody that's like a real estate tycoon or somebody that's been doing something else other than restaurant work to make all their money, because what they would do is they take all their money and they want to make a financial investment. So they buy a restaurant because they wanted to make the top dollar they can get out of their financial investment that they put into it. Occasionally I'll go to these food shows, like Gordon Food Services and Cisco will put on food shows, and once in a while they'll talk me into going to them. And some of the products they have here at these shows will be like pre-breaded fish for fish fries, pre-breaded chicken strips, like meal kits that have like whole entrees ready to go. All you gotta do is heat them up. Most restaurants use them. They're used at most places. And we've all eaten them, and you don't send them back. They're decent, they're all right, they're average. I call them consistently average. But for me, being that I come from the restaurant business, that I've spent my whole life in it, learning it, I wanted to do something way better than that, something way more than that, something way more special than that. So that's why I kind of came up with my concept, which is gourmet bar food from scratch. People need a reason to leave their house to go out. A lot of people go out to eat. Eat is the word, food is the star, and I try to make food kind of the star of what we do here. But there's also atmosphere and personal connections they make with the staff or the owner. I've made some of my best friends from my customers, and I go to their housewarmings or whatever it is. But when they come here, I take their experience here very personally. If they have a bad experience, it's a bad experience for me too. To hear that something was that I missed the ball, that I dropped the ball, and something wasn't up to their expectations, upsets me more than it probably upsets them. But when they have a good experience, when the food's fantastic, when you handcraft something and people enjoy it as much as you enjoyed making it, the pat on the back is so extreme I can't even express it. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I make fresh pasta from eggs and flour instead of out of a box. That's why I take my ribs and I smoke them and then I braise them so that they have excellent flavor and they're super tender. That's why when I make fajitas, I make filet mignon fajitas and use like a high cut of steak instead of like a cheap cut that I can maximize my profits from. I'm more concerned with the personal experience of the customer. To me, that's what it's all about. And you can't just find foods that are homemade like this just anywhere from scratch. It's too much work. It's way too much work. It's hard to do all this. But I think I've always liked to do things the hard way. It's just too easy to cop out and serve the ready-made products. It's not what I want to do here. I want to give my customers the same experience that I like to go out for or stay in for. We cater, we deliver. So, you could get these same products at home and still enjoy them just as much. But going out is the fun, isn't it? I'm a flair bartender myself. So, one thing I can say about flair bartenders is having fun at work is what our whole life goal is. When the bartenders are enjoying and having fun doing their work and you come out to have fun, like those funds mesh together and then we're having fun together. And that's the real magic. That's where those personal connections come in. And that's the excitement of what we do here versus what they do there. So when I invite you to come out to my place and I invite you to maybe try my daily special, it's not because the fish turned and I'm trying to get rid of it to save on costs. It's because I handcrafted something that I'm really proud of, and I probably ate a plate of it before I started my shift, and I want to share that same experience with you. so you can feel the same joy that I have, so we can share those experiences together. This place is my whole life. I've worked for this my whole life. I'm probably going to work doing this my whole life. It's everything I do, and it's everything I love. I really can't wait to see you here.